Yeah, it depends on two factors that are more tactical and in relation to what we do, who do we release, especially on high press, and what they have to do in terms of attack. But certainly, at least, it's different to playing as a holding midfielder, and that's always as well something that is not ideal, but we're trying to cope with it.
It does seem extraordinary that all of the injuries seem to be affecting players in that same position. It's not one forward, one midfielder, one defender. It's all the fullbacks. Is that, do you think, partly what?
Well, I don't know. For example, with Big Gabby, he hasn't had a muscular injury. Obviously, he's played a lot. He's traveling now. He's going to Brazil. He's started with Brazil. With Ricky, he started with a knock. He started with an injury. That since then, obviously, he lacked a lot of football. But with the rest, it's true. But it's what it is.
With Ricky, obviously, it's been a bit stop-start. He's in and out of it. How's he sort of finding that? Because he seems like the kind of guy who wants to be on the pitch running around.
In that case, there because he just wants to go out, he trains and play, and we need to calm him down because he's so willing. It's the way he is, the way he plays. He started with the national team with a kick. If you remember that he had to miss there, then he had the knee issue. And after that, he lost a lot of things because of the injuries. He had to play more than what we wanted, and then he got the issue in his groin.
Okay, Jordan, son.
Okay, just on Kieran, when you came in and you started with him and then you brought in different types of fullbacks playing in a different way, can Kieran play that way, or is it still a work in progress even when he's been at the club for 5 years?
I would put Kieran more in his strengths now. If we do what we have to do, I would play him in position, especially in attack, in situations, in scenarios, spaces that he's more comfortable with. That's a learning.
Is it one of the hardest positions to coach, do you think, because it's such a different thing from just being a normal fullback to then being a inverted and like a midfielder as well?
I don't know. I think it's about the player having certain qualities. First of all, is he willing to do it? Does he want to do it? Yes or no. The other one is he capable of doing it, and the other one, does he understand it? And when a player has those three ingredients, anything can happen, and we've seen that with many other players. But if a player doesn't really feel it, then it's more of a problem, and we as coaches, I think we have to find another solution.
How much does the team change when someone like Kieran comes in at fullback and is a different fullback to how you?
It will be just something that we will adapt, especially we have the ability within that unit to adapt his qualities and the qualities of somebody else to play in different positions. But I don't see it as a problem.
Yes, Sam.
With the obviously injury issues around the back line with fullbacks, etc., does that bring Lewis Skelly into the picture? And if so, what does he bring to the team that might be different to what you've already got?
Yeah, he is. But the issue that we had as well is that he had an infection in his foot and he's missed a few weeks as well. So when he has probably, I would say, the motorway open to go and show us what he can do, because we're very impressed with him, he hasn't been available to do so. He looks better now. He's been in training now for a week or so, and he's in a good place, and he's a player that he can give us a lot.
What attributes does he have in general?
I love his personality first. He's got something. He has that presence on the pitch, that leadership. He's fearless. He takes the ball. He's really competitive, and I think he can adapt really well for what we want.
And with all the injuries you've recently had, have you possibly looked at, or has the club looked at different ways in terms of like rehabilitation and physiotherapy and that kind of thing? So,
as everything, believe me, trying to scratch the surface to understand, is there anything that we have to do different, we have to do better. That's the first thing that we have to do when analyzing something. But as well, a lot of the things that in the department they do extremely well, and they continue to do extremely well, because at the end we are all responsible. We want to look after the players, and we have to manage the load of the players. But sometimes it's been a tricky one this season, especially in certain positions.
Okay, last couple now. Ed.
Yeah, just on the workload of the players, is obviously the expanded Champions League, there's going to be even more games to come over the horizon. Can you see a sort of time when players are going to have a chance to have a break and you can recover some of them? Because it's not just Arsenal who have got this problem, it's a lot of the teams.
No, you can see it as well in the league, certain players that are coming back from injuries, getting injured again, so yeah, they are under a lot of demands at the moment, and a break, unless you are out of a cup or something, I don't see many breaks. We want to be in every competition, so hopefully we won't have that chance, but we still have the ability to maintain the level that we want.
Do you think perhaps you might be forced to do something in January and just because of this situation to make the squad a little bit bigger.
Well, as a window that brings us an opportunity to strengthen the team if we feel that is needed and if we feel that that we have the capacity to do it as well. So we are on it just to assess the situation because it's changing every week and at the moment not for the better, but I'm positive that in a few weeks we're going to be in a better place.
Okay, fine. And Alan from the
Have your impressions of the new Champions League format changed? I mean, you've got 7 teams before tonight's games on 10 points. A lot could change by tomorrow night. So have you developed some new feelings about it since?
Yes, obviously the closer we get, you start to have more sort of an idea. I think it's a little bit too early. Probably after the next round we have more clear what you exactly need to be in the top 8. Exactly what we need is to win tomorrow and we're going to be in a much better position.
Okay, everyone. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.